Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jason and I'm your watch guy today. Now if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. I have about 3 videos a week and you will really enjoy them. Now that's out of the way, the watch I'm reviewing today has come to me through Paul from Time in the UK. I'm going to link his channel up there. He does watch reviews just like me. Definitely go and check him out. Paul, thank you so much for sending me this watch. It's been a great help, mate. Today I'm reviewing Steeldive's homage of the Submariner. It's a really pretty watch and they've done some special little things with this. As you'd probably expect from Steeldive, it is a good quality watch. However, there are some things that you're probably going to want to know about it if you're wanting to make a purchase. So let's turn this camera around and get into the review. So this is Steeldive's Submariner. That is what they've labelled it as on their Steeldive UK page. It is the SD1954. Now, on Steeldive UK, this comes in at £99. You can also purchase it through AliExpress, where it comes in at £70, depending on which band that you pick with it, band or bracelet. Now, obviously, the upside to Steeldive UK is that you will have it much quicker. I've never dealt with them myself, so I can't comment on their customer service. If you did want to buy it on AliExpress, I have my affiliate link down in the description as always. I'd really appreciate you using that. However, if you want to get it quicker, Steeldive UK are there. Now I really do enjoy this watch. It has some really lovely features and print on this one. But before we get into that, let me talk to you about the dimensions. The diameter of this watch comes in at 40.5mm. That's what I've measured it out with my calipers. It is 13.7mm thick. Lug to lug, it comes in at 47.5mm, which is very wearable for someone of my wrist size and plenty of others. These lugs are 20mm and therefore are very suitable for many different bracelet and strap options. Steeldive have packed this with the NH35 movement. That's a Seiko NH35. Very reliable workhorse, and as a lot of you know, I am a big fan of that movement. I think it gives watchmakers an opportunity to keep a lot of their costs down and offer really great watches at a low price. So this casing is made out of 316L stainless steel. We have a mixture of brushed upper lugs and polished sides on this one. We have really large crown guards over to this side, which protect obviously this crown here. That is a really nice feature. I do enjoy strong crown guards. We don't owe this design feature to Steeldive, however. That is very much a Rolex Submariner casing or case style. There's good levels of grip on this crown here. It is a screw down crown. It is also signed by Steeldive. It has their logo on there. Just unscrew this. Now we do not have a date on this here watch, but we do have a ghost date position, so that is something to be aware of. Second click contacts the hands. Screw that back in. It is a hacking and hand winding movement, the NH35, which is obviously good features to have. We also have a screw down case back. I really do like the style of this case back. I like the logo in the center. For some reason it really does remind me of a Seiko case back, although obviously this is a Rolex style case back. I think it's just that logo, the way that they printed it on. It also has a little bit of information around the logo, all stainless steel, automatic movement, NH35, dive 200 meter by Steeldive, which gets me into my next point. This is a 200 meter rated watch. Now 200 meters is suitable for swimming with, I believe. I haven't tested this myself, so I couldn't tell you the reliability of it, but at 200 meters you expect to be able to take this into the water. We have a Submariner style bezel. It does overhang on this case here, as you can see. It is a 120 click unidirectional bezel. It has a black ceramic insert with white features, as you can see. It has a 15-minute dive indicator over this side with minute markers leading up to the 15 minutes and a 10-minute marker in between. The rest of the 10-minute intervals are marked with Arabic numerals and batons at the 5s. One of the features of this watch is that this bezel is actually loomed, and it's actually a really good loom. I'll show you that loom shot a little bit later, but I was subtly impressed by it, to be honest. I expected it to fade really quickly, but it didn't. Now this is a sapphire crystal with slight AR coating. You may be able to see that little blue tint on there. Moving past that and into this dial, it is a matte black dial with a lot of white print. Very legible and very reminiscent of a Submariner. We have a triangle indice at the 12 o'clock, baton indices at the 3, 6 and 9, and circular indices finish off those hour markers. They are all loomed indices. Moving past that, we have a printed Steeldive logo at the 12 o'clock. This marine badge at the 6, followed up by 600 foot or 200 meter water resistance and an automatic label. Just get a nice close-in shot of that for you. As you can see, this whole dial is printed, including this white minute track around the edge. The printed loomed indices are sort of embossed. Completing this dial, we have this Mercedes style handset. Again, very reminiscent of a Rolex. These hands are loomed. I will insert the loom shot just here for you. Now, I was subtly impressed by the bezel loom on this. Usually you expect the bezel loom to fade really quickly, but this one didn't. However, the rest of the dial wasn't exactly setting the world on fire. I'd say it's a good level of loom for the price point of this watch. Better than a Pagani design, not something that you'd find on a Seiko. This particular one comes supplied on their rubber band. You can also get it on a steel bracelet. This has a rally style rubber band on it. It does have good levels of branding actually on the safeties here, and on the bottom of the band here we have the Steeldive logo. As well as that, we have a really substantial brushed stainless steel buckle with the Steeldive logo above. That buckle has a real presence to it, don't you think? This is a really malleable and wearable band in my opinion. I think it's actually quite comfortable for the price that you're paying. So I said in the intro that there's some things that you're going to want to know about this watch, and I'll usually try and leave out the things that I'm going to moan about for this section. And you'll notice that I didn't play with the bezel, which is something that I really do enjoy doing. I like bezel clicks. Well, I like quality bezel clicks. I think it's a sign of quality in a watch. But Steeldive have really let me down on this one. And I'll tell you why. When I first got it, Paul said to me, what do you think of the bezel? Do you get it down as a 120 click or 60 click? I thought, what does he mean? It's got to be one or the other, right? And he's obviously done it himself. So I started playing with it. It's like, oh right, obviously it's a 60 click bezel. There's not many intervals, if you get what I mean. Kind of swapped minute to minute. He said, no, try it again, but slow it down. So this is a 120 click bezel, but the way that the bezel feels, it's not very, well, it's not very accurate when you're using it. It's very hard to get a pinpoint on it, and it doesn't seem to click 1, 2. It seems to click 1, 1, 1 instead of that 1, 2 type of feel that you get in a 120 click bezel. As well as that, there's a decent amount of play, and it kind of wobbles in place, which isn't the best sign of quality. Now, it's really let me down because I like the bezel loom. I like this ceramic insert, and I thought it was a really nice part of the watch until I started playing with it. And I like a good quality bezel fit, and this watch just doesn't have it, which is really unfortunate because that's pretty much my only real moan at this price range. I just like a quality bezel action. Otherwise, the rest of the watch really does stand up, and I think Steeldive would be really happy with it, but they've let themselves down with that bezel. So guys, this is obviously my first experience of Steeldive watch. I've heard plenty about them, and genuinely, it would have been a 100% hit for me if it weren't for that bezel. Especially when you have other brands on AliExpress and in the Chinese market doing much better with their bezel action. It's unfortunate, it's really unfortunate. This is one of Steeldive's cheaper models, so I would hope that in their more expensive models, the bezel action is much better. Yeah, that click kills me too. It really does kill me. It's really unfortunate, as I say. This one comes in £70 on AliExpress or $99.99 on Steeldive UK. Take your pick. I am not affiliated to Steeldive UK. Never had any dealings with them, and I only have my affiliate links for AliExpress, as you all know. Again, a big thanks to Paul from Time in the UK. He's had my Pagani Design Milgauw margin. He's done a review of that if you wanted to go check that out on his channel. If you wanted to go and check that out, it would be much appreciated, I'm sure, just to pay him back for letting us have this in for a little while. Guys, as usual, please do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.